for lifelong learning. 5:24. The big bosses of British television are gathering in Edinburgh for their annual Talkfest. One of the things they're going to be talking about is the success of a website called YouTube. It offers millions of video clips, some homemade, some lifted from established broadcasters, and for many young people it's becoming their preferred way of watching television. Our business guru Niels Blythe has been getting down with the kids to find out more about the YouTube phenomenon.
The Unity Shield match is the signal a new Premiership season is fast approaching.
This is my tribute to Liverpool FC winning the Community Shield in the middle of August. It's just a little video that I edited myself with footage taken from Sky Sports, footage taken from the BBC, taken from ITV. It's all borrowed footage, and I took some pictures from Google on the internet as well.
Liam Angel is a 20-year-old student and a big fan of YouTube. He posts his own video clips on the site and watches other people's material.
I found out about it through a couple of people in the local area who were just chatting to me about it. And I asked them, what's that? What's the website? They said to me, youtube.com. So, I mean, my little brother and his friends are using it. They're like 9, 10, 11 years old.
And YouTube claim that around the world, 100 million video clips are viewed on its site every day. Some of it's just home video, but lots of contributions, like Liam's, use material lifted from TV programmes. It's a phenomenon which people like Ashley Highfield, head of new media at the BBC, can't ignore.
It's definitely here to stay. How much it takes up in terms of the amount of time that particularly the younger audience spend on a YouTube or a MySpace or a Bebo rather than watching traditional television programmes, that's the big question.
That is the big question, and what's the big answer?
I think it'll be quite a lot. I don't think it's going to supplant television, but I think it'll become an important part of the mix. Maybe as much as a quarter, maybe even more of people's viewing may be to these kind of websites rather than traditional telly.
Hello, Asaba.
In the advertising offices of London's West End, the shift towards watching video material online is being carefully monitored. Dan Calladine is research director at the Isobar Advertising Group.
What people have to do is to try and find a way of having a conversation with the YouTube audience. One example of this is NBC in America wanted to advertise their show The Office, the American version of The Office, and they devised a competition on YouTube where people were making their own trailers for The Office and uploading them, and then the best one of those would be shown on TV. And that was something where they weren't advertising in a conventional way, but they were setting people a task. They were getting people to make something, and that's a lot more engaging.
And that goes to the heart of the issue for established broadcasters. Is YouTube an opportunity to promote their material to a generation who seem increasingly disenchanted with conventional television, or is it a competitive threat? In Big Brother, Channel 4 have a programme which is very popular with YouTube users. The channel wants to keep control of its copyright material and doesn't want lots of people using it for their own YouTube clips, according to its head of new media, Andy Taylor.
There's a large amount of Channel 4 content that makes its way onto YouTube in the form of clips and sometimes in the way of programming. So the issue for us really is, whilst eyeballs are going to YouTube where content has actually illegally been uploaded onto the site, they're not actually watching those clips on channel4.com where we could monetize them with advertising.
Put simply, Channel 4 want to get advertising revenue for their own website rather than hand it on a plate to YouTube. The BBC, free from such commercial pressures, takes a rather different view. Type Doctor Who into the YouTube search engine and you'll find plenty of clips put there by fans, some of them wittily adapted by young video makers. And that, according to the BBC's Ashley Highfield, is absolutely fine.
I think that it's only when people start taking entire programmes from the BBC without our permission and would start to try and make a commercial return illegally from that we'd want to step in. Other than that, most of this is pretty good news for us because it gets our programmes out to audiences that we otherwise find increasingly hard to reach.
And while the television executives debate their responses to YouTube in Edinburgh this weekend, the site's devotees like Liam Angel will be busy making their own entertainment. One of Liam's latest YouTube postings is the footballer Peter Crouch doing his famous robot dance, cut to the music of James Brown.
I definitely think that YouTube is the next big thing. As a form of entertainment and in rivalry to the television, it's just everything and anything, really.
I like a sex machine.
Niels Blythe, down with the kids. In our next half hour, Tim Franks in Brussels on how Europe plans